Come in.
I'd like to have a little talk with you, Howard.
Sorry to keep you waiting. I'll be with you in a minute.
What's that, Howard?
Didn't you ever see one of these? Wire recorder.
Okay. Can we talk for a minute?
Records things. Just got delivery yesterday. Been driving me crazy. The most terrific machine I ever saw in my life. I was up all night with it.
What do you do with it?
I bought it for dictation, but you can do anything with it. Listen to this. I had it home last night. Listen to what I picked up. The first one is my daughter. Get this. Listen to that kid whistle.
That is lifelike, isn't it?
7 years old. Get that tone.
I'd like to ask a little favor of you.
Now you, Daddy.
She's crazy for me. That's me. Haha.
You're very good.
Get this now. This is my son.
Capital of Alabama is Montgomery. Capital of Arizona, Phoenix. The capital of Arkansas is Little Rock. Capital of California, Sacramento.
5 years
Boston,
old.
Massachusetts.
They'll make an announcer someday.
Capital.
Get that. Alphabetical order. Wait a minute. The maid kicked the plug out.
It certainly is a...
For God's sake.
9 o'clock. Bolivia watch time. So I have to go to sleep.
That really is.
Wait a minute. The next is my wife.
Go on, say something. Well, you gonna talk? Can't think of anything. Well, talk. It's turning. Hello? Oh, Howard, I can't talk English.
That was my wife.
That is a wonderful machine. Can we...
I tell you, Willie, I'm going to take my camera and my bandsaw and all my hobbies, and out they go. This is the most fascinating relaxation I ever found.
I think I'll get one myself.
Sure, they're only 100 and a half. You can't do without it. Supposing you want to hear Jack Benny sing, but you can't be at home at that hour. So you tell the maid to turn on the radio on when Jack Benny comes on. And this automatically goes on with the radio.
And when you come home, you...
You can come home at 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, anytime you like. And you get yourself a Coke and sit yourself down, throw the switch, and there's Jack Benny's program in the middle of the night.
I'm definitely going to get one. There's lots of times I'm on the road and I think to myself what I must be missing on the radio.
Don't you have a radio in the car?
Well, yeah, but whoever thinks to turn me on.
Say, you aren't supposed to be in Boston?
That's what I want to talk to you about, Howard. You got a minute?
What happened? What are you doing here?
Well...
You didn't crack up again, did you?
Oh, no.
Jeez, you had me worried there for a minute. What's the trouble?
Well, to tell you the truth, Howard, I've come to the decision that I'd rather not travel anymore.
Not travel? Well, what'll you do?
Remember Christmas time, when you had the party here, you said you'd try to think of some spot for me here in town.
With us?
Well, sure.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember. Well, I couldn't think of anything for you, Willie.
I tell you, Howard, the kids are all growing up. You know, I don't need much anymore. If I could take home, well, $65 a week, I could swing.
Yeah, but Willie, see,
I tell you, why, Howard, speaking frankly, and between the two of us, you know, I'm just a little tired.
Oh, I could understand that, Willie. But you're a road man, Willie. And if we do a road business, we've only got a half dozen salesmen on the floor here.
God knows, Howard, I never asked a favor of any man. But I was with the firm when your father used to carry you in here in his arms.
I know that, Willie, but...
Your father came to me the day you were born and asked me what I thought of the name Howard. May he rest in peace.
I appreciate that, Willie, but there's no spot here for you. If I had a spot, I'd slam you right in. I just don't have a single solitary spot.
Howard, all I need to set my table is $50 a week.
But where am I going to put you, kid?
Look, it isn't a question of whether I can sell, is it?
No, it's a business, kid, and everybody's got to pull his own weight.
Just let me tell you a story, Howard.
Because you got to admit, business is business.
Business is definitely business, but Just listen for a minute. You don't understand this. When I was a boy, 18, 19, I was already on the road. And there was a question in my mind as to whether selling had a future for me. Because in those days, I had a yearning to go to Alaska. See, there were 3 gold strikes in a month in Alaska. And I felt like going out. Just for the ride, you might say.
Don't say.
Oh yeah, my father lived many years in Alaska. He was an adventurous man. We've got quite a little streak of self-reliance in our family. I thought I'd go out with my older brother and try to locate him and maybe settle in the north with the old man. And I had almost decided to go when I met a salesman in the Parker house. His name was Dave Singleman, and he was 84 years old. And if he drummed up merchandise in 31 states. And old Dave, he'd go up to his room, you understand, put on his green velvet slippers, I'll never forget, and pick up his phone and call the buyers, and without ever leaving his room at the age of 84, he made his living. And when I saw that, I realized to 20 or 30 different cities and pick up a phone and be remembered and loved and helped by so many people, you know? When he died, and by the way, he died the death of a salesman in his green velvet slippers in the smoker of the New York, New Haven, and Hartford going into Boston. When he died, hundreds of salesmen and buyers were at his funeral. Things were sad on a lot of trains for months after that. In those days, there was personality in Howard. There was respect and comradeship and gratitude in it. Today, it's all cut and dry. And there's no chance for bringing friendship to bear. Or personality. You see what I mean? They don't know me anymore.
That's just the thing, Willie.
If I had $40 a week, that's all I need. $40, Howard.
Kid, I can't take blood from a stone.
Howard, the year Al Smith was nominated, your father came to me and...
I've got to see some people, kid.
Talking about your father, there are promises made across this desk. You mustn't tell me you've got people to see. I put 34 years into this firm, Howard, and now I can't pay my insurance. You can't eat the orange and throw the peel away. A man is not a piece of fruit. Now pay attention. Your father, in 1928, I had a big year. I averaged $170 a week in commission.
Now, Willie, you never averaged.
I averaged $170 a week in the year of 1928, and you and your father came to me, or rather, I was in the office here, and was right over this desk, and he put his hand on my shoulder.
You'll have to excuse me, Willie. I gotta see some people. Pull yourself together. I'll be back in a little while. Hello, Willie. Come in.
I'd like to have a little talk with you, Howard.
Sorry to keep you waiting. I'll be with you in a minute.
What's that, Howard?
Didn't you ever see one of these? Wire recorders.
Record.
No.
I'd like to ask a little favor of you. One.
Now you, Daddy. Now you, Daddy.
Guys, boys, you're lying. That's Willie. You're very good. Wait a minute. The next is my wife. Go on. Say something. Well, you gonna talk?
I can't think of anything.
Oh, no, stop.
Time you wait. And you get yourself a Coke and sit yourself down, throw the switch, and there's Chef Minnie's program in the middle of the night.
I'm definitely going to get me. What? I'm definitely going to...
You didn't crack up again, did you? What's the trouble?
Well, to tell you the truth, Howard. I tell you, Howard, the kids are all grown up. You know, I don't need much anymore. Just let me tell you a story, Howard.
Because you gotta admit, business is business.
Business is definitely business. Or just... See, there were 3 gold strikes in 1 month in Alaska, and I felt like going out. Just for the ride, you might say.
Don't say it. Oh yeah, my father lived many years in Alaska.
That's my life. When he died, and by the way, he died the death of a salesman in his green velvet slippers in the smoker of the New York, New Haven. Hundreds of salesmen and buyers were at his funeral. Things were sad on a lot of trains for months after that. He stood up. Why are you still filming that?
Wait.
In those days, there was personality in it, Howard. There was respect and companionship in it, Howard. There was respect. If I had $40 a week, that's all I need. $40, Howard.
Kid, I can't take blood from a stone.
Howard,